We all know Spider-Man has a huge future on both the big and small screen, and that includes the one and only Tom Holland. The Spider-Man No Way Home star has recently shared some rather interesting ideas on where the franchise could go next, including a few villains he'd like to pit the wall crawler against on the big screen. Let's break down the story and talk a little bit about the future of Spider-Man. Now, before we dive in though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the big giveaway. We're going to give away a PlayStation 5 at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, check out that free week of Skillshare down below. It's a spectacular way to develop all of your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, all while not diving too deep into your pocket. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, we're all awaiting Spider-Man No Way Home, and the main thing with this movie appears to be villains. Quite a few villains are going to appear in this movie, and at this point, Spider-Man will have already taken on a large number of his classic villains, including Mysterio, Vulture, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard. This really does reduce the list of who Marvel Studios may look to next. Now we know Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, and Venom all have their solo franchises at Sony. So, who does Tom Holland think the next foe that could face off with Spider-Man? Well, recently, the actor did an interview with Fandom, and he had a couple of interesting things to say, although I think it might be some misdirection. He said, "I think there are some interesting villains. I think Madam Web could be something that would be really interesting, and we could do it our own way. I'd really like to come up against Wilson Fisk. I also would like to maybe see what happens if my Spider-Man becomes a villain. I think there are some interesting things where you could make a film about an anti-hero or things like that." He also went on to say that he had pitched a few things, noting, "There is one idea that I have, and I have pitched it to the studio, but by telling you that idea, I'd be ruining this movie, so I'm going to have to keep that one for myself." Now, there's a lot to unpack here. Keep in mind, Sony already has announced a Madam Web project, so he could be alluding to appearing in that, but that would seem to be a bit of a spoiler. I will say though, I would pay attention to anything involving Madam Web. She may be the absolute key to connecting Sony's projects to the MCU, and Tom Holland teasing that might be an indicator that he really does know something we don't know. Marvel and Sony have said Spider-Man is a special hero because of the multiverse, and they clearly have plans on that front, and most likely they do involve Madam Web. We also have had all these ongoing rumors of Wilson Fisk returning to the MCU, and I find that a likely possibility, especially in the realm of New York City street-level hero crossovers. I mean, we all know Daredevil is right on the horizon. And as for an anti-hero type movie, we all know what happened when Spider-Man had the symbiote, and there have been rumors of something like that happening, although nothing has been confirmed or official from Marvel Studios. We have heard for quite a while these new movies will see Peter Parker go off to college, and it's even rumored it could be based on The Amazing Friends, which was a cartoon in the early 80s seeing him team up with Iceman and Starfire, both characters who recently returned to the MCU. Again, nothing confirmed, pure speculation. The only thing we do know is Tom Holland is here to stay for a little while, and I suspect he is just teasing fans in these interviews. He has been known as a leaker in the past, but the kid's been in the role now for a few years, I think learned some lessons, and at this point, due to his leaky nature, I actually think he's toying with fans more than anything. Now, obviously, once we get some more news about Tom Holland's future as Spider-Man, which villains he could be facing, or even which spin-offs could be coming, we're going to bring it to you right away. I think we're going to get a lot of answers in about a week in Spider-Man No Way Home, so let's wait and see what happens. What do you guys think? Which unused Spider-Man villain would you like to see Tom Holland face off against next? And do you think any of these other classic villains could make an MCU return after No Way Home? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.